Live, bro.
All right, Shalom for the GMS New Orleans Camp. Out here once again to preach the true gospel. So before we get started, we want to give our praises to Yahweh by Shem, Yahushai by Shem Rakakadash. Come on, so Apostle Elders of GMS, we learn this truth from. And peace and blessings to all the elect that's doing the will of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai in faith, faith, and sincerity. All right? Turn the camera on again now. As you see, we out here once again to preach the downfall of America. And also, hey, our brothers out here wake up to hopefully elect of the nation of Israel, which are the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right?
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 7, verse 1. And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor the sea, nor any tree. God. Revelation 7, verse 1. And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth.
Right, hey, standing for the 4 corners of the earth. They right to the front, the whole earth, mainly Babylon the Great, which is America, all right? That's simple key. All right, keep on.
God. Holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth.
Kind of that winds, that nuclear missiles, all right? According to Jeremiah 51:1.
It's Jeremiah 51, verse 1. Thus saith Yahweh, behold, I will raise up against Babylon, and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me, a destroying wind.
God, hey, that's backing up what I'm saying, that winds, that nuclear missiles, all right? And say, hey, the angels holding them 4 winds, the nuclear missiles, because this.
And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power. And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea.
That's right, and that angel is Yahushua in verse 2, all right? Read it again.
Revelation 7 and 2. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power. And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea.
That's right. He about to tell them this. All right, go ahead.
Saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads.
That's right. Hey, basically, hey, hold that 4 wind, which the nuclear missiles until the elect is sealed. All right, which is the elect of the nation of Israel, which are the Negroes, Latino, and Native Americans. All right.
This is Ezekiel chapter 9. I'm going to start at verse 4. And Yahweh said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem. And
basically, that's talking about Israel, because Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. All right?
And set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
All right, the whole elect. All right? What we mean by sign and crime is, hey, we're preaching the downfall of America, all right? For the abomination thereof, which is the wickedness of this place, all right?
Verse 5. And to the others he said in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly, old and young, both maids and little children and women.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, if you're not doing hopefully late, you're set to be destroyed. Whether you're young, whether you're old, an elderly man, or a baby or a child, or women, hey, you're set for destruction, you're going to get destroyed. All right?
Yeah. But come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men that were before the house. God. Verse 6 in Ezekiel chapter 9. Slay utterly, old and young, both maids and little children and women. But come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men, which were before the house.
So yeah, it said, come not near who had that mark, was that we're going to tell you what mark is stop what? Being exempt from judgment. All right? Which are the whole elect that have that mark. Our brothers up, we build those men.
This is 1 Peter chapter 4, I'm going to start at 17. For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High?
When it say it began at the house of the Most High, it means it beginning of us that know this truth. All right? And then say, hey, though that's out the people that the 2/3 out here, all right? And it begins with us because, hey, in the day, hey, we know better. All right? If we know better, we're supposed to do better. All right?
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 5, verse 1. Run ye to and fro through the streets of Jerusalem, and see now, and know, and seek in the broad places thereof, if you can find a man, if there be any that executed judgment, that seeketh the truth, and I will pardon it.
That's right. See, hey, run to and fro. So Jerusalem is the people for some place, means us, the Israelites. All right? And read that part again. Read it.
God says, and seek in the broad places thereof, if you can find a man, if there be any that executed judgment, that seeketh the truth, and I will pardon it.
You mean how shall I say, they come upon earth, shall you find faith? Men that have faith on the earth, all right? Or not be caught with your leaves, be settled on your leaves.
Yeah. This is Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 12. And it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are settled on their leaves, that say in their heart, Yahweh will not do good, neither will he do evil.
Now, let me like something like this. Me, too much of that covers here. All right? Me, ain't no bullshitting around. All right? Just all the cares of the world, being worried with all the cares of the world, not just truth. All right?
I have one more back in that 1 Peter 4. This is back in 1 Peter 4, verse 18. And if the righteous scarcely be saved, what shall the ungodly and the sinner, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear?
All right, so yeah, the righteous scarcely be saved because they our righteous have filthy rags. All right, so hey, we're not innocent. All right, so hey, if we scarcely be saved, hey, what's more people that sent for destruction? All right.
This is St. Luke, chapter 12, and I'm going to start at 45. But, and if that servant say in his heart, my Lord delayed his coming, and shall begin to beat the manservants and maidens, to eat and drink, and to be drunken, the Lord of that servant will come in a day when he looketh not for him, and at an hour when he is not aware, and will cut him asunder, and will appoint him his portion with the unbelievers. And that servant which knew his Lord's will, and prepared not himself, neither did according to his will, shall be beaten with many stripes.
That's right. We be beaten with many stripes, but hey, we know better, all right? And plus, hey, the Lord say, hey, his prophecy shall, that would say,
His word shall go forth, not void.
Yeah, not void, and hey, it's gonna come quickly as possible.
Hey,
all right?
That Isaiah, we're talking about 55 and 11. Yeah, it says, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. Who's the mouth of the Most High? Prophets. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please.
I just know about it. The vision is yet but a point in time, but it's yet come. All right, that's what I meant. Roughly paraphrasing it, chapter 2.
I got that Isaiah 55. It's the book of Isaiah 55. I'll start at 6. Seek ye Yahweh while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near.
That's right, hey, seek the Lord while he may be found. I mean, hey, us that know this truth, hey, we'll seek this truth and learn this truth while we can, because sooner or later, it's going to be a family of the word. All right? So, hey, like I say, we'll seek this truth and learn this truth as much as we can and build up our knowledge and our ear reports. So, hey, in that day, hey, we'll be found
Blameless.
Yeah, found blameless.
Okay. It says, let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return unto Yahweh, and he will have mercy upon him, and to our power, for he will abundantly pardon. Isaiah 55, verse 7. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return unto Yahweh, and he will have mercy upon him.
That's what we did. We were once wicked, man. We was once wicked out in the world doing the things that everybody else is doing out here too, man. What we did, we returned into Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, man, which that's the true name of the Heavenly Father and the Son. Right? When you go by the names of God and Jesus, those nothing more than titles. It's, the Bible doesn't go by Jesus, man. Jesus was a name that the so-called white man set up. Right? It just means savior. God just means power. Quote unquote, another word for it is Allah, which means power. Yes, the Most High is a power, but that's not his name. His name is Yahweh. And the one that ignorant called Jesus Christ's name is Yahweh Shai. Right? And what we have done is exactly what the scripture says. We have returned unto him, go ahead. He has pardoned us. Right? He has pardoned us of our sins, man. Because everything that you've done in the world prior to coming to the truth is forgiven. Tattoos, adultery. Whatever you've done, man, it's forgiven. Don't do it no more. That's what he told the woman, right? Sin no more. Right? Sin is John 7 and John 1 and 3. Or John 3 and 4. I'm gonna show you what sin is.
I got it.
Where? Yeah.
This is 1 John 3, verse 4. Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law, for sin is the transgression of the law.
Sin is the transgression of the law. Showing you too that the law is still in effect. One thing about it is that we have to ultimately
Grace penalties.
we got under the penalties of it. We have to rehearse the righteous acts over here in captivity. All right? But the sin is transgression of the law, statutes, and commandments. That's sin. Now, when you deal with sin, there's a sin unto death, and there's a sin that basically can be forgiven. Now, when you commit adultery, that's a sin unto death. Right? When you make a mistake and basically just say, well, what's a minor sin? Hey, you accidentally eat pork. You don't know the ingredients that they put in the products over here.
You may eat some jelly beans or some gummy bears, but then you see it's got gelatin in it.
Yeah, that's a small transgression. It's not enough that's significant to get you killed. So it's two types of sins, though. You know? Now, ultimately, while we over here in this captivity called America, what we have to do is ultimately, man, is try to keep the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability. Like one incident we always bring up, a man having a beard in his face. Now, my sides doesn't work, but this does. About this. Now, if you have a brother like this, these brothers have nice beards. What you have to do? Wear your beard, man. When it comes to dietary law, don't eat pork, don't eat crab, shrimp, because the Lord consider those are bottom feeders. Those are the things that they're like the grass. They're like the garbage truck company of the sea. Those are like roaches. You don't eat those things. But why do we keep putting it on earth? Huh? Why do we keep putting it on earth? For man to make, basically the people that's in power want to make profit. Because back in the day, I think it was the Roman Empire, they didn't really eat shrimp and crab. That was considered a slave food, man. Now they have made it out of a delicacy, man.
Even back we supposed to question it, but I just want to make an input.
Right, that was my input. My input was that man has come up with a system to make profit off money. But you don't really supposed to eat that shit, man.
You ever met someone that lives forever?
Huh?
You ever met someone with everlasting life?
Well, you dealing with brothers with that now, man. How about yourself? We have a hope. We in hope of that.
What all Bibles are you reading?
King James, man. King James and Apocrypha. Show them the Red Apocrypha. You got a Red Apocrypha. In the Apocrypha. That's a part of the 11 books that was sitting on the Bible by the Bible Destruction Group in 1826. 1626.
This is Romans chapter 5. I'm gonna start at verse 11 and read down to 16. Likewise, reckon ye also yourselves to be dead indeed unto sin, but alive unto the Most High, through Yahweh Shai HaMashiach our Lord. This is Romans 5 verse 11. Likewise, reckon ye also yourselves to be dead indeed unto sin,
Going to be dead indeed unto sin, go ahead.
but alive unto the Most High.
Alive unto the Most High. And I told you, the world ignorantly calls the Most High, because that's the title too. They call him God. Is his name God? No, that's a Greek term. Now his real name in the Hebrew, and who our ancestors went by, because you can tell that our ancestors knew the Most High, but they was in slavery. Just off that song, Swing Low, Sweet Chariot, come and take me home, over the rivers of Jordan. What make you think that some slaves
From the west coast of Africa.
West Coast of Africa talking about Swing Low, Sweet Chariot, come to take me home, over the rivers of Jordan? Showing you that the Africans, or the people that took over here in slavery, they weren't from Africa. They were from Israel, man. The Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, according to the Bible, their homeland is Israel, which they call Israel today. In the Bible, they're known as the land of Canaan. Now, when it comes to us living in Africa, we ran into Africa fearing persecution from the Romans. We stood over there for like 1,500 years, man. Then we was brought over here as slaves, you know? But our ancestors knew that the Lord's name was Jehovah. That's his real name. Even when you ever read the book of Acts, when the Lord knocked Peter off the horse, what did he tell Peter? What did he call Peter in what tongue? You remember? Well, he called him Saul. He said in the Hebrew tongue, Saul, Saul, why persecutest me? Right? Showing you the Lord spoke Hebrew. Right?
Would you consider yourself a God?
Huh?
And God's out. Consider yourself a God?
Do I consider myself a God?
What would you say if God could name you? What would you name you?
His name is Yakanah.
Everyone has a name?
Yeah, everybody has a name.
Yakanah?
Everybody has a name.
Arya. Like Arya? What is your name?
Arya.
Huh?
Your name? What
Gift
is
from
your
the
name?
Most High. Gift of the Most High.
Gift of it.
Psalm 72.
Now,
That's been 82.
when
82,
you go,
82.
go to Isaiah 41 and 21. Now, yeah, we consider ourselves in a sense, on a worldly sense, we just regular men.
I got
Right?
it.
But on a large push, you can kind of say if you want to go there. And why would we say that we're God? Because we know the beginning, the end, and the midst of things, man. Now, I'm gonna ask you, do you consider yourself God? That's another question. You ask me a question, yes or no. Do you consider yourself a God?
I let God talk to me.
Well, God don't initially deal with men like that, man.
And why not?
Because there's a mediator involved. The mediator between. Oh, I had to sick up. I got too much. I got one in the back there.
I got one too.
Keep it in one of these down like that.
I'm holding it.
That's
Psalm 82.
Nah,
That first
So,
one.
I want that
Jesus is a Negro, not a white man.
hold on, let's deal with one thing, brother. We're jumping around.
Okay.
Now, when we deal with the whole God issue, yeah, we was once gods. Our people was once gods. Held in high faith. We fell like men. Right to the transgression of the Most High, we fell.
Where? It's the book of Psalms, chapter 82, verse 6. I've said, ye are gods, and all of you are sons of the Most High. But ye shall die like men and fall like one of the princes.
We have failed. We have failed all our life.
Why do you think we failed?
Because we transgressed the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. We started worshiping other gods instead of worshiping who the Lord.
Wouldn't that be the government's fault, being that they gave us more laws than the Ten Commandments?
It's always been. It's not the Ten Commandments. They have over 613 laws in the Bible from God Himself. Yes, not the Ten Commandments. Now, what you learn the Ten Commandments is from everyday church and school, which is bullshit. Now, when you read this book for yourself, you'll find out they have over 613 laws. Lord,
King James Version.
King James Version.
I have this and I have this. Let's get the King James Version.
That's right. You got to get that. You know? You have something you holding on to?
Kind. That's something else real quick.
Go ahead.
He said God talks to him. This is St. Luke, chapter 1, verse 68. Blessed be the Lord God of Israel, for he hath redeemed and visited his people. He hath raised up a horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David, as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets.
Yeah, and we're the mouthpiece of the Lord. So the Lord doesn't deal with man one-on-one. The Lord doesn't talk to men. All right? The Lord speaks really through his son, His son is the mediator. Brother, better get the scripture. His son is the mediator between us and him. We can't just go deliver it to him.
I got it right here.
Right? Bring it out real
I
fast.
missed that part. You said between us and him.
Meaning you got the Most High, you got Yahushua, the world, then he called Jesus Christ, then you have man, or us. Really the technical Israelites. All right, and if we want anything, then we got to go through Yahushua to get to the Most High, man.
He reconciled us back unto our power by dying on the cross. But this is Matthew 11:27. All things are delivered unto me of my Father, and no man knoweth the Son but the Father. Neither knoweth any man the Father, save the Son, and he to whomsoever the Son will reveal him.
Yeah, so this has to be revealed to you in order to get this, to understand this, it has to be revealed to you by his son, Yahushua. Technically, you're not going to get it, man. See, we always go into this. Back then, the Lord was dealing with all the house of Israel. Now we're in a time where the Lord is dealing with a small remnant of people. Man. All right? He's not dealing with the whole house. Like, given that we had the timid.
Do you think it's because people are becoming woke or becoming less woke?
People just doing their thing, which is cool. The Lord going to kill them. The Lord going to destroy the people that just sit on their leaves. Especially the Lord's own people. When you out here not wanting to return back to your heritage, your nationality, the Lord going to put you to death.
Do you know which descendant you're from?
Yes. I'm from the tribe of Judah. Based on my father. My father and my grandfather. Like this brother here. This brother, for example, went back through the records of his fathers. I found out he's Zebulon. Yeah, he found out he's Zebulon, man.
And where is Zebulon located?
From Panama, region from Panama to Guatemala, man.
Central America.
Bring it out.
This is 1 Timothy 2, verse 5. For there is one God and one mediator between God and men, the man, Hamashiach Yahushua.
There's only one mediator. Man, them spirits stirred up, boy. All that noise going on.
United Nations.
The UN.
Yeah.
Why are they divided? If we all supposed to be one God under one nation.
We're not.
You're not. You're dealing with what you about to say?
The Most High only chose these people on this line. Everybody else, every other nation out here, he doesn't care about. They're actually supposed to be slaves underneath our feet.
And technically, you got the United States of America, then you got America, and you got the United States of America, which these different states are not even together. They're really just separate entities of their own. They're really different countries within the country.
When I heard Central America, like I figured the location that you said, but it makes me think of like Kansas area. Like
No, it's not South America. South America is when you go to Brazil, Rio de Janeiro,
Chile,
but that's going to be
Venezuela.
one day when the water dries up if we're blessed to see it.
go ahead.
And that's going to make it one day.
And ain't no water drying up.
You think so?
No water drying up. America's going to get hit with nuclear missiles and wiped off the face of the earth. So that's how the water's going to dry up when it becomes a desert. But as for what the United States is considered in Canada, that's North America. Then you've got Central America, which is Panama, Guatemala, Honduras, San Salvador. And then you got South America, which is your Brazil, Argentina, Chile, and all that. And all those are like Central to South America. They're pretty much different countries. They may do dealings with North America, the United States, and Canada, but the United States and Canada, that might as well be three different continents on one continent, if you get what I'm saying.
Just this is the backup. Yahushua is the one that speaks. It's Hebrews 1, verse 1. The Most High, who at sundry times and at diverse manners spake in times past to the fathers by the prophets, hath in these last days spoken unto us by his Son.
Spoken to us by his son. So the Lord ain't just speaking to you. Like we always go into out here. The Lord ain't opened up a big brown face in the heavens and talking to you. All right. Now what's happening on the planet Earth? All right. Give me Jeremiah 28:8. What's happening now on the earth? The Lord is sending His men back down. All right, as a prophets and teachers, man. To basically wake up the elect, tell these other nations, these so-called white people, these so-called Arab, Chinese, and Japanese, the judgment, man.
If you could go without eating and drinking to not see good and evil, could you?
Have you ever fasted for 30 days?
I've gone without eating. Yeah.
Here's Jeremiah 28, verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms.
That's what we have. That's what we are back here to do. Give me Jeremiah. I think it's 2 or 1. Jeremiah said. Jeremiah said, "I knew you in the womb." Jeremiah 1.
Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 5. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee. And I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations.
Right, and the Lord ordained us a prophet in the nation to come back, do the same thing that we're doing now. You believe in reincarnation? Yeah. All right. Yeah, there's reincarnation all throughout the Bible. Even you yourself, and me, we've been all reincarnated, man. All right. And the job that we'll come back to do is teach the scriptures. All right. And that's just what we're doing here to do. We ain't here for no gimmicks. We ain't here for no different semantics and shit. We're here just to teach the scriptures, man. Go ahead.
This is 1 Corinthians 14, verse 33.
Hey, no pictures, brother. No pictures, brother.
This is 1 Corinthians 14, verse 32. And the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets.
See, the spirit of the prophets are subject to the prophets. So the same spirit that Peter had, the same spirit James, John, Titus, that same spirit is back on the earth and within men. Give me start me off with Ecclesiastes 3 and 15, and then jump to 6 and 15, 6 and 10.
And just to show that the prophets throughout these different kingdoms, the prophets of the Most High have been here doing the same thing from the very beginning. This is Luke chapter 1, verse 70. As he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began. So those same spirits prophesying back in the Garden of Eden came during the Babylonians, the Assyrians, the Romans, the Greeks, all the way up until today, standing in their same lot, preaching of wars and bad times to come for the current kingdom that's ruling right now. What kingdom is that? The kingdom of the Edomites, the so-called white people, the NATO, the European Union, the United States, Russia, all of them, but it's mainly the NATO, EU, and the US. Just look at your $1 bill. What? The fact that the $1 bill is the reserve currency, whose face is on it? A white man's face. What language are we speaking right now? English. If you want a job, you have to wear a business suit, shave your face. If you want to be a pilot, an international pilot, you have to know English.
Step back. The sage. Why is that burn? Why you burning the? What is it?
Hey. It's give me boy, Second Peter. I think it's yeah. I'm gonna give the script, man. Okay, so hold that question one second.
Making y'all feel some type of way?
Nah. We teach it, bro. Like it's, it ain't really we dealing with you, but it's really about the edification of the camera.
Because lately the music that I've been listening to, I've been staying away from hard rock, like all the cursing and drugs.
Yeah.
And I've been listening to instrumentals. I've been trying to change my life around too.
Yeah, give me the Ecclesiastes.
Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 15. That which hath been is now, and that which is to be hath already been.
Right.
And the Most High requireth that which is past.
Yeah. So there's nothing new in the sun? In 3 and 15?
It's 1 and 9. The thing that have been is
Hold
that
on, hold
which
on.
shall be.
Hold on, brother. You trying to see what that was? Trying to see what I had to put the thing down and see. Number one is things going on. See, that's 29. The thing that have been is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. There's no new thing. Everything you see right here, that's what the spirit. See, that's the second. And it is known that it's man. Yeah, the thing that's known already is man, meaning man been here before. Over and over and over again. Right? It was the beast. 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 The wrong word. Yeah, man. Go ahead. This is in the Apocrypha, 2nd Esther chapter 14, verse 35. For after death shall the judgment come, when we shall live again. So after death, you die. That's these Bible 12 and 10.
So that's it, because I died for my sin. Yes.
Shall the judgment come, when we shall live again. And we shall live again. Like I really came back. Everybody said, they go on the earth. And you die, you go up to the spring realm. And you come back now for your judgment. No, you play out what you've done in your past life, man. Whether it's good or bad. No? It says it right in the very next verse. Then shall the names of the righteous be manifest, and the works of the ungodly shall be declared. Yeah. It's going to be determined, all right, what you have done. Like I say, as it says, and then shall the names of the righteous be manifest, and the works of the ungodly shall be declared. Hey, I'll be right beside with that number. We perceive ourselves. Okay. We perceive ourselves to be the righteous. That's what are we doing? We're standing in the light of the righteous, prophesying the kingdom of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. But it also says the works of the ungodly shall be declared. If you were a killer, a rapist, a piece of shit in your past life, when you come back, you could come back retarded, crippled. You could come back and have your whole family killed in a car wreck. Just bad things happening to you one after another. That's judgment for the iniquity you committed in your previous life. Those the shit you did in this life. Right? Give me Ecclesiastes. What is sentence against evil work is executed speedily. They didn't let me. You're not here to play with you, bro. You hear me? I'm not here to play with you, bro. This is not for you. It's best you go to the street, man. Yeah, it's best to go to the street. It's not for you. Well, Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. Therefore, the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. Yeah, so things that are on earth, whether he thinks that the Lord's not watching, it happens over time. The Lord builds up a tab on you, then he executes it on you, man. Just like the so-called white man, putting up this image, doing all type of crimes and atrocities on earth. They think they run around like it's not going to happen to them. Sooner or later, what the Lord is going to do is going to fucking crush them, man. Like a little piece of shit they is, man. What's going to happen on the planet Earth? It's a new rulership going to happen. That's why you got planet Earth right now, you got Russia and America getting into it. But we can tell you what's going to happen before it happens. What's going to happen according to the book of Revelations 18 chapters and many chapters. America's going to get into what we know as World War III. Put the sun around, huh? The war of Armageddon. And guess what's going to happen? Guess what's destined to happen in the Bible? Right? All right? Russia, China, NATO, Britain, these different countries are going to gang up on America to shoot missiles on this board, man. All right? And everybody that's over here from sheet to China, she gonna get burned to fucking pieces, man. Give me Zechariah 14:12. Give me 2 Peter 3, man. I got that Zechariah. Let them roll out. I got the Zechariah. See, you got it right now and see what they're doing too. You know, everybody got to wear these adult diapers on their face, right, for the scandemic, but not knowing that the international bankers, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, all right, Evelyn Rothschild, they finna change the whole system, the whole money system over here. It's finna go cashless, all right? They finna set up. Let me see something. They finna do too. Why the sign too? They finna do too. Set up FEMA camp. What's that? These camps, there's over 1,000 FEMA camps set up in America to lock you so-called Americans in, man. All right? Martial law is going to be declared in America, man. All right? NATO, man. Don't you see your liberties have been taken away? Don't you see the police? Hold on. I'm with you. Do you not see that the police got level 3, level 4 investors? They look like military troops now, man. They're slowly doing it to the night. Everybody out here drinking, smoking, doing whatever is on their goddamn lives to do, but every day your liberties have been taken away with you. And guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna put you Americans in here. They're gonna take your guns. They're gonna blow you away. They're gonna take your guns. Take your guns. With your clothes, without your spirit being in your body, they're gonna take your guns, man. Joe Biden said it best. Come against the government with the AR-15, but we've got F-16 fighter jets, drones, nukes. Yeah, guys. Fuck Joe Biden. I agree with you. Government too, but 15 militia ain't gonna do anything with what these elites are about to bring out here. Yeah, they can kill you, man. They can kill you without even you giving a breath or a second thought from a drone from the sky. Now we stand tall. So, you know, we all have to stand so we acknowledge it. Now it's like, are you gonna fight? Hey, I'm from Philadelphia. I'm gonna fight with each other, but it's just gonna be a bunch of death in the streets out here. Yeah, out here. But that's the nature. That's the nature. You police can't ever have it. You're gonna happen, but we're just gonna happen. Here's what you're gonna do. This is 2 Ezra 15, verse 15. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another. That's gonna happen. We're gonna have a civil war here in American streets, man. No, it's no color involved. That's a great statement. It's gonna be class. Have a great statement. Whatever the spirit tells you to do in that day, whatever the spirit tells you to do in that day, go do it. Yeah, whatever you want, whatever. What is the truth? What the scripture say? They're anxious to stand in their power. I got it. I got it. Back in 2 Ezra 15, verse 15, with the sword, and that modern day sword is that gun, that AR-15, that Glock, that Glizzy, that Scar, all of that. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another. See, one people shall stand up and fight against another. That's okay. So race riders, you and what? What we do? We're not together, brother. We're sleeping together. America's come on. Hey, hold up. America was established on separation. It's not playing games. We never been together. It's not gonna be together. Separate but equal. Hey, you know that I say, that one people shall go into their own land, and if you found what you'll be thrust through. This is what the Bible has to say about American equality, and we are one nation under God and all that. This is Isaiah 13, verse 14. And it shall be as the chaste robe. Meaning, and that's how it's going to get bad too. See, you saw white people? Yeah. So bad into what it says. The scripture says you're going to be at the chaste robe. Meaning, you go into a forest, you have a row of deers, one snap a twig, Get ready to get out of there. That's how you want. Everybody's gonna get out of there. Stop. Can't stop. Can't stop talking. What am I doing? All you gotta do is you gotta live it up. It's like we, hey, there's something about Negroes and you gotta die. You gotta die. I mean, I finished up. You gotta die. I just live my life. And means the chase, and it's every sheep that no man take it up. They shall every man turn to his own people. See, it's gonna come a time in this country that everybody gonna turn to their own people and flee everyone into his own land. Shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. All the coons and other times that join unto y'all will get thrust through. And give it you. Yeah. Give it you. Hey, what last thing to say? Hey, live your life. But tell them not to live your life. This is Lamentations. I'm going to find the this is what the first thing is on. I can change. It's been a good time. Thank you. And be glad. It says, rejoice and be glad. Don't leave it, man. So don't smoke some coke. Go bang each other. Go do it. Okay? Have a party. You know? Don't hurt myself. Go do your thing, man. Living that life. What's in the land of us, go ahead. That cup of slavery is going to pass it to you, man. Oh, shit. They living their life. Hey, white boy. That's what you're supposed to do right there, man. Enjoy Bourbon Street, dress like Elvis, some splits, some coke, pop some kids, pop some eggs. It's about to get hit with nuclear missiles, and everybody is about to get wiped off the face of the earth. Right? See, at the end of the day, that's what them sodomites, them butt buddies don't want to deal with, man. We don't think there's a these fucking devils. Every time it's time for debt and destruction to come, 9/11. Yeah. No separation, man. Devils is fucking. It's about the people. Now we get this. Created together, equal. They're not slaves. Trying to get it, man. And get them with you. And one thing, fucking head in that thing, man. In the kingdom, but go ahead, man. I'm in the spirit. They come together with it, like that rod of iron coming together with your forehead. Your children coming together against each other. Shit, if you're on the trolley, bro. Don't really talk. Go on the trolley. Go on, but you finish. You play the game. Bring on our take it. I'm gonna sit your fucking eyes out here, man. Straight up. Go ahead, brother. I'm gonna get you 5% 10 on your shit. Straight up. Go ahead, brother. That's the one thing. That's your make thyself naked. Yeah, you're gonna get so drunk. Just go live your life, man. Hey, just go do this. Hey, go make groceries at Pissmart. Jaeger bombs. Jaeger bombs. Go get the Jaeger bombs. Your time is up. This is what you know. That your existence is going to be over with, man. That's it, man. We're going to come involved. That's right. I'll wait with you. All right? We're going to hang out with you, man. The Birdman hands on the niggas, man. Get that. With you, have our way with your daughter, your mother. That's you, man. Everybody. That's you. That's been you. That's been your MO. This fucking white people ain't stupid. Same devil. The old serpent called the devil. I'm gonna get that back to brother, man. The punishment of iniquity is accomplished. Iniquity is accomplished. Who? Oh, daughter of Zion. Captivity is over with, man. Now what's gonna happen? You so-called white people, you're gonna go to slavery, man. According to Bible, give me out of man.
Got it.
See,
Got it.
on deck.
This is Revelation chapter in the New Testament, man. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. You got ears on the side of that big old head. Go ahead. He that into captivity shall go into captivity. He that leadeth into captivity or slavery shall go into slavery. That's what your ancestors did, man. He that kills with the sword must be killed with the sword. Must be killed with the sword, man. Just your destiny, man. Yeah. But every woman, man, and child, y'all got get ready for slavery, man. Right? Hey, you gotta get ready for us to play with you. Give me a slavery sign, man. That's what we're gonna do you. We're gonna hang you. Hey, y'all. Let's get ready for you, man. You have your wives, children, from the same corner, and sink that hook in your woman, man. We're gonna keep it to the law too, man. We're gonna make sure you before we do it, man. Get none of your partners to say something. We're gonna handle it on them too. I'll keep it to myself too, man. But you gotta do it. Don't be a freak. Don't be a freak. And if you a black if you a black coon that's successful, you gotta get put down on the side too. Yeah. The most I'm gonna crush you on this side. Frankenstein face nigga, man. See that nigga? His friend like he look like a toxic Avenger. See that nigga Nick, man? They're paying green. He look like Frankenstein. I don't remember Twinkie the kid. I don't remember Twinkie the kid. Like a gumby. Oh, yo, he's crazy. That's like that. They have they running with them when they ride it. They were all out here. Get on the trolley and go ride another train track. My man's right here. The fucking son. He needs to go eat a fucking kosher sandwich. Boy, no, bro. Keep reading, brother. Keep reading. Keep reading, brother. I think when the rivers dry up, what are you talking about? But go ahead. Go ahead. You know, some people just need a tomato boom. Right. When we come back after 2 come back, man, these niggas is crazy. Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 7. And Yahweh, thy power, will put all these curses upon thy enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. Right? Hey, all these birthdays, then we are with. I'm going through right now. It's going to eat Esau, all right, in these heathen nations. All right. This will be double unto in the kingdom. All right, according to 11:24-21. I got it. This is Jeremiah. He disappeared in the Bible somewhere. This is Jeremiah 30, verse 16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thy adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for prey. So you look at them, even like their eyes, you big as a frying pan, you tell them they're going into slavery. And it's something new to you, mother. Hey, this ain't new. See, the ones that in the know, these different witches, these different hearts, no, they know they're going into slavery, man. It's just the average Joe Six-Pack out here. It's just living in their pride, living in their so-called best life. You don't know what's going to happen in the world to come. All right? Hey, you got fucked over by your own elites. Here it is, Esau's last captivity, and your own elites are cucking you in your society. I was listening to some Jake on the internet. He made a beautiful point. Esau, you eat him like you so white people had a 400 to 500 year head start. But to the average Joe Edomite, he could have a nigger as his neighbor with a job better than him. If Jake had a 400 year head start, he won't even look like the same species of human being. You're a perpetual loser, a perpetual cuck, a simp, a bitch. Hey, you just thought that niggas read 40 years ago. You just thought that niggas go to universities 40, 50 years ago, and we still pass you up. You got Jake out here worshiping Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's such a great intellectual. Man, hey, brother, let's go down the street, man. This is not for you. This ain't dope day. This is not for you, my man. Yeah, this is not for you. Alcohol, that's legal. So y'all can hey, come back and talk to us. Well, look, brother. Come back and talk to us when you're not inebriated, man. Come back and talk to us when you're not inebriated, brother. Come back and talk to us when you're not drunk, man. Come back and talk to us when you're not drunk, brother. That's all we saying. We're not gonna have a proper dialogue with you all tonight. They did dream. Now what? Now what? So my point is, why the fuck you went to that? This is our shit, man. We ain't you come up here. You came up here by us, man. Just go down the fucking street, man. Just go down the street now. Since you want to be an asshole, go down the fucking street, man. Go down the fucking street, man. Go down the street. Go down the street and call me motherfucking head, man. Out of here. You're dedicating your life to. Dedicate your life to. What do you dedicate your life to? You're a fucking drunkard. A fucking drunkard. You're a fucking alcoholic on Saturday. Hey, man, don't talk about it. We already told you they pray. You say we dedicated our lives to a life, but you're out here being an alcoholic. We can judge you. You possibly can. Smoke dope, you pop pills, you do all type of shit, man. Man. Further, hey, you fucking nappyhead, man. Get the fucking block, man. Like I say, if you go there, bro, I'm gonna flex you out right on the fucking NOPD camera. I promise you. I promise you. Flex you out. Flex you out. Yes. So, a nigga like you, it's a god thing to do, man. Hey, like Jesus flipped over the table of the moneylenders and beat him with a whip. So damn, you also man. You're a goddamn demon, man. You're a damn demon. Mugged out niggas. Let's talk about business, man. All right, y'all. Let's talk about your business, man. Talk to nigga like a brown motorbike. A brown heavy-headed motorbike. Hey, that's Billy Road. That's Billy Road. That's foolish and unlearned questions for boys. Foolish and come on, man. Fuck, man. Go take a bath. Go wash your funky ass, man. When you come up here. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. How you play, man? Questions of boy, knowing that they do gender stripes. Yeah, talk about one teacher. I'm not. If I put the street over here, you gotta teach your lies. I'm going to tell them that. Oh, I think I'm fucking. You got people that watch the videos just to get mad. And to prove that it's a feminine spirit, you have this reprobate that just got put to death. He had a whole platform where black women made him famous by calling in the show just to hear him say something that would get him mad. I'm about to call this nigga just so he can tell me something I don't want to hear. That's his critical. Just walk like that, man. That black nobody. On Bourbon Street in New Orleans. They don't want to fucking all bitches. He ain't looking for women, all right? He's looking for a hot dog stand. Yeah, right quick. Close on for that dude. That's talking about, oh, yeah, it's the righteous thing to do. Put hands on somebody. Go ahead. It's the book of Nehemiah. You don't want Doris, man. 21. Yeah. 21. Then I testified against them and said unto them, why lie ye about the wall? If you have so again, it's on you. Hey, hands on you. It's a proper law right here. All right. And yeah, he talking about probably the drink. Like he drank, but he talking about but he don't believe that. Hey, the problem is what that do to the kid, the AGAG, the king. He threw him to pieces. He got so bad out here now. I ain't saying anything in the motherfucker now. I ain't saying anything. Make a high. You know, agree with him, disagree. The same game y'all play, man. Fuck it. Hey, y'all playing games, still playing games too, man. I got damn finger when I said that. I said make a high, and this one back with you. Yeah, man. Hell with it, man. Go ahead, brother. Heliodorus one. Bring that one out. Hey, to that dope fiend, to that corn fiend. That look like him too. That look like you bought it too. I see you guys. I said, hey, some grass. It's the man drop grass, bro. Hey, but this is a Second Maccabees chapter 3, started 23. Nevertheless, Heliodorus executed that which was decreed, taxing the southern kingdom by the decree of Khan by Seleucus IV, a Greek Edomite in rulership. Nevertheless, Heliodorus executed that which was decreed. Now, as he was there present himself, damn, that went pretty damn close. Shit, they got Kill Bill on that plane. I want no regular plane. Shit, Evelyn was probably on that plane. Shit, they had Evelyn on that plane. Now, as he was there present himself with his guard about the treasury, the Lord of Spirits and the Prince of all power caused a great apparition, so that all that presumed to come in with him were astonished at the power of the Most High, and fainted and were sore afraid. Verse 25. For there appeared unto them a horse with a terrible rider upon him, and adorned with a very fair covering. And he ran fiercely and smote Heliodorus with his forefeet. Hey, that horse fucking turned around and kicked him dead in his fucking chest. And smote Heliodorus with his forefeet, and seen that he that sat upon the horse had complete harness of gold. Moreover, 2 other young men appeared before him, noble in strength, excellent in beauty, and comely in apparel, who stood by him on either side and scourged him continually. So it's therapeutic sometimes whoop a nigga ass. They whoop it on a physical, and they kicked him with the horse first. They came out in the third heaven, kicked his ass with the horse, got off the horse. And gave him many sore stripes. And gave him what? And gave him many sore stripes. Give a nigga many sore stripes sometimes, man. You know, a nigga like that. Really love. Verse 27. And Heliodorus fell suddenly unto the ground, and was compassed with great darkness. They that were with him took him up and put him into a litter. Thus him that lately came with a great train and with all his guard into the said treasury, they carried out, being unable to help himself with his weapons. They picked him up. I don't know, pick up Jazz. See, that's what you need to understand. Because like you said, when you see the third chapter, think the third chapter or the second chapter, the Lord said, He's gonna make our face hard against your face, man. The way you come, we gonna come the same week. I didn't get to the point. I'm gonna say anything to you niggas, man. Hey y'all. Oh, this yeah, we that. Whatever the fuck you say, we that. The smoke, yeah, the smoke, yeah. God. You really perish. Yeah, man. So it is, man. Man, you gotta be truthful. Twist and dab it. Hey, your shit worse than KD, man. Go ahead, brother. You got it. Oh, yeah, I got a little bit. Okay. Just a little more.
And manifestly they acknowledged the power of the Most High. For he, by the hand of the Most High, was cast down and lay speechless without all hope of life.
That guy, he gonna be laid down to the ground too and made speech. You don't know what you coming up against, man. You can see spirits all on that nigga, man. Oh, it's alcohol. Oh, yeah, man, you niggas are up in modeling. Oh, you niggas in New Orleans so bad. Y'all niggas taking elephant tranquilizer now. Hey man, I didn't hurt no. You go to the store and still painkillers, man. Take them bitches. Both them down here, man. Niggas on heroin. Both you niggas, man, you smoke goddamn fentanyl for fun. Wait, shit is ridiculous, man. It's back in that year, March 13, verse 25. And I contended with them and cursed them and smote certain of them and plucked off their hair. I mean, he ripped the hair off a nigga, man. What? Go ahead. He had about a ripped off hair on his head. That guy, man, he had ripped off hair on his head, man. Go ahead. Yeah, bottom line, Jake, man, if you don't know what you're talking about, man, get the fuck out of here. And play GTA at your mama house.
God. And get killed in GTA, wasted in GTA, like wasted out here on the block.
What the hell your mama do? Oh, man. That's it, man. Go sit on your butt. Lay on your goddamn stomach or something, man. Yeah. With your peas and they twist the ball in your feet, man.
Goddamn. This is 1 Corinthians 7:31. And they,
and man, going to this shit, bro, you gotta have sometimes, man, out at these niggas, man. It's crying out. Keep them. That nigga that shit.
and this is 1 Corinthians 7:31. And they that use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passes away.
Right, the fashion of this world passes away, man. Should be finished, Jake finished. This whole word is finished, man. All right. And
It's that one. I know it's in second Ezra where it's talking about. Like, I know pretty much that's like shit evil of these times.
That's right, man. Hey. And like the scripture said, so right, I think 18, which say, hey, the kingdom is being translated to us. Man. All right, it's time for you outside. Hey, come take the kingdom. All outside be joint Arabs. I'll tell you how it's done. All right.
Hey, you Jakes. Hey, since we're in Babylon right now, in the United States, and you got these Jakes walking around having a good bad time, living their best worst life. Hey, a lot of you are gonna go down with the ship, go down with Esau. A lot of you are clinging on to this world that is quickly passing away. That is gonna be your shame. This is Isaiah 30. I'm gonna start at 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me, and cover with the covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin.
What did they cover? The covering of this guy, man. That's who you cover yourself with. Right? Mainly this guy, man. That's who they cover yourself with. Right? Cover yourself with, Satan, money. You can cover yourself yourself with the Nintendo, whatever else you indulge in, man. That's like, why you make the simplest thing out of a God, man. You know, the stones, what you just showed us, Jake making little idle men have stones to worship that. Wicked, man. Make this dollar, make money bag Joe your idol, as it's about to go into. That want to go down into Egypt and have not asked in my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion.
That's why you trust in Esau to be to your shame, man. All right, because in the day, Esau is not going to help Jacob, man. At the end of the day, bro. Bottom line, Esau hates you. Esau hates you every day, man. All right?
Yes, sir. Second Ezra. Does it go? Read it. The second Ezra 4:28. But as concerning the things where thou askest me, I will tell thee, for the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come. If therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that is sown with good.
Right. Right. Hey, 4:8. Until the kingdom of heaven come. All right, we're patiently waiting for it. All right.
The kingdom can't come until this place is taken out of the way. This place has been sown, it's grown up, and now it's withering, and that flower's about to die. And what? It needs to be plucked out so then new seeds can be planted, so that new life can spring out of the earth, the new heavens and the new earth that we're diligently waiting for.
Okay. Yeah, right. Sure, I got some more. Isaiah 31. I'm gonna start at verse 1.
Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek Yahweh.
That's right. Hey, trust in Esau as a system. It's going to be until your destruction, man. All right? But, hey, the Lord is going to destroy this place, and you trust in this, and you're going to be destroyed with it. All right?
Verse 2. Yet he also is wise and will bring evil, and will not call back his words, but will arise against the house of the evildoers and against the help of them that work iniquity. Now the Egyptians are men and not the Most High, and their horses flesh and not spirit. When Yahweh shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down, and they shall all fail together.
That's it. Hey, like I said again, the Lord is going to destroy this place, and the people in it that trust in this place that don't want this place to be destroyed. All right?
So, 2 Peter chapter 3, and we'll start at 10. But the day of Yahweh will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up.
The day we are unaware that the Lord will come with his nuclear missile and come destroy this place. Right? This whole place will be burned up. All right? The earth is done, man. And like I said, in Zephaniah, it will be a place of the peace. All right?
I got those. Yeah. Seeing that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought you to be in all holy conversation and godliness?
That's right. It would be a holy conversation, man. Meaning, hey, holy means separate. Conversation means our conduct. So our conduct would be separate from the ways of this world with relying in wickedness. All right?
Looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of the Most High, wherein the heavens, being on fire, shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
That's right. Look, this place be destroyed, man. Watching this place of destruction in the UFOs, which is like the chariots, man. All right, and that sea of glass with the sea of glass. All right,
that atmosphere.
Yeah.
Firmament.
I got yes more.
Okay. Now this is Zephaniah chapter, back in Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 14. The great day of Yahweh is near. It is near and hasted greatly. Even the voice of the day of Yahweh, the mighty man shall cry there bitterly. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble, ignorance, a day of fierceness, a day of darkness and gloom, a day of clouds and darkness.
That's right. If you didn't look for peace in this world, ain't will be no peace in this day. It will be no but destruction. There will be upon this place, all right? Until 8. Nuclear missiles, destruction of America.
Verse 16, a day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced city and against the high towers. And I will bring distress upon men that they shall walk like blind men because they have sinned against Yahweh. And their blood shall be poured out as dust and their flesh as the dung.
That's right. Hey, it'll turn to dust by the nuclear missiles. All right. If he had to come back, and my brother always say, people hug it, man. And Esau, he got to come back and change, going to slavery. All right.
Yeah.
More now?
Oh no, that was it.
Yeah. So book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord, Yahweh. To what end is it for you? The day of Yahweh is darkness and not light.
Well, how y'all saying I come out and send people with sword? All right, and we go into that word sword. I mean, hey, justice. Like, matter of fact, when I get it, which one? Matthew 2.
I got it right here.
That word sword.
This is Matthew chapter 10, verse 34. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword.
Hey. So we came not to send peace, like everybody thinks. All right? The law is all still made. As blowy house such all still made. Come back, set judgment upon this place. All right?
And then what's more? Yeah, it says Strong's G3162, Vacaria, it says a curved sword for cutting, for thrusting. It says knife, i.e., figuratively, war, judicial punishment.
Right. Traditional punishment, because they Yahweh, the Heavenly Father Yahweh has said put judge has said judge.
This just goes into what the court system, the law.
Yeah, the law. That law has said y'all shall be that judge. All right, he's coming to judge this place. All right, for his wickedness, but hey, the wickedness of this place has reached up all the heavens. All right.
Yeah, I got one. Yeah, I'm gonna get it. Revelation 19 and 11. I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness he doth judge and make war.
That's right. Hey, that white horse is the house shine. All right. That horse means hey, power. All right. Fair power. Fair power. Hey, white.
Revelation 19 and 11. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse.
Yeah. Represent white means pure, and that horse means power. Represent that fair power. Represent the house shine.
And he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness he doth judge and make war.
Yeah, in righteousness he doth judge and make war. But hey, for some of they make war. Esau is his defense system. According to 2 Ezra 13 chapter.
Isaiah 63, who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? And if you go further than that, Revelation 19, it says, hey, his garment drenched in blood. Yeah, that's go to 15.
His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns. And he had a name written that no man knew but himself. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood. And his name is called the Word of the Most High.
Right, and the crown represents the kingdom that the Lord about to take, man. All right, according to Revelation 11:15, the kingdom of this world is going to become the kingdom of our Lord. All right, the outriders of real no sin will be joint heirs. Look at how it's taking over these kingdoms.
Hey, and the Elder Bro Hawaii up in the Raleigh camp posted a video of this one. He looked like Northern Kingdom. He was watching the International Space Station live feed, and they showed chariots. One started off like it looked like a little dot. One got a little bit bigger, and then towards the end, this chariot that looked like the size of a city came into the screen, and it was so many chariots that the ISS had to cut off the live feed. Well, hey, what's coming? You won't be able to Just turn off the stage, turn off the TV, turn off the computer, anything. These chariots are going to be in your ear, in your face, hitting you with that concentrated heat, those laser beams. God.
It's Revelation 1, verse 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him.
Point blank, he coming with clouds, and every eye shall see him. That's because the chariot that Yahushua is returning in was so massive that Ezra couldn't see the end of it in 2nd Ezra 13. And over these past couple of years, these ISS and NASA cameras have caught objects out in space that passed over the Earth that were literally bigger than the Earth. Yahushua he's about to make the grandest appearance in all of existence. And to back that up, that movie Independence Day, I watch those clips from time to time because you get hyped. Because when the chariots, when the aliens start coming in through the atmosphere, when they break the atmosphere, they're in a cloud of fire, and then the cloud departs, and then that's when that ship comes out of it, and everybody was stopping and looking at it. But hey, what did they do after they came? That mouth opened up, and they shot that green beam and started handling business from street corner to street corner, from one end of the earth even to the other end of the earth. If you look at that, like, you're about to get burned to a fucking crisp, and you people are ready for it. I mean, Dudley the Bulger, chicken here in the street. Oh yeah. I mean, if you bow-legged, you through.
Revelation 19, verse 15. And out of his mouth forth a sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron. And he tread the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of the Almighty Power.
Like I say, they got an ambulance right there. What's it say? If we would have healed Babylon, we would. But there is no healing or balm or ointment to heal this kingdom. When them clouds get cracked open, chariots return, and those nuclear missiles start hitting this. And yeah, it's good to say the Lord says not, man. All right, so hey, as soon as he say you were destroyed, the place is set destroyed. All right. Hey, just to back up that Revelation 19. Hey, Revelation chapter 1, verse 7 too. This is Habakkuk chapter 3. I'm going to start at verse 4. And his brightness was as the light. He had horns coming out of his hand. And there was the height of power. And those horns coming, we know that the horns represent power. So what's that coming out of his hand? That sword out of his mouth. And laser beams from those chariots. Verse 5. Before him with the pestilence and burning coals went forth at his feet. He stood and measured the earth. He beheld and drove asunder the nations. And everlasting mountains were scattered. The perpetual hills did bow. His ways are everlasting. That's right. Hey, Lord, come and destroy this place. All right, say it again. It means that's it. The Lord going to destroy this place. Right? Real man, yeah. Yeah. That's deep. He all the way. Say, man. No concerning that. That's a hey, like I said, let's say this place about destroyed you on the salvation side. There's only the few. All you go on right? And so with that, we'll be identified, right? Yeah, I didn't really give off praise. Yeah, I will. Gosh. Right? That shalom. Shalom.